What if you could chat with Claude on your desktop and have it pulled directly from your Zotero library? Not a plugin inside Zotero like Beaver is, but Claude itself with full access to your references. That's what MCP lets you do. And today I'm showing you exactly how to set it up. MCP basically stands for Model Context Protocol. It's a way to connect external tools like your Zotero library directly to your Claude desktop app. Think of it like giving Claude a bridge to your research, and you chat in Claude, ask questions, and you can search your Zotero metadata, find papers, and pull information all from the Claude interface. So in my previous video, I made a video about how to connect Claude to your Zotero inside Zotero via Beaver. So with Beaver acting as a catalyst, so that enabled you to do everything within the Zotero app. But connecting Claude to Zotero via MCP is different. This one, you do everything in the Claude interface. So I'll give one or two differences between both connecting via Beaver in Zotero and also connecting via MCP. So with the Beaver, the artificial intelligence, which is Claude, it lives inside Zotero. And with the MCP, Zotero lives inside Claude. So that's a major difference. And then the Beaver one is best for reading and annotating PDFs, whilst MCP is best for querying your library from Claude. Yeah, Beaver also works with full PDF content, whilst MCP works with metadata. Can read the local PDF like what you can do and annotate inside the Beaver. And then with the Beaver, no coding is required, but with the MCP, coding is required. Yeah, so when I say coding is required for the MCP method, it's just a light technical setup. So just you editing the config file. So I'll have a link to this code in my description. You can just click on it and then it will take you there. So basically, if you want AI while you are reading papers, then I think Beaver is the right option for you. And if you want to chat with artificial intelligence, chat with Claude and help Claude pull whatever that you want from your Zotero library, then I think you should go for the MCP method. And some people, opt for both. They decide to do both. The more the merrier. So yeah, basically that's what I do. Yeah. So before we start, here's what you need. You need your Claude desktop app. You need the app installed on your laptop locally. You also need what we call the Node.js installed on your computer. You need your Zotero account with an API key. I'll take us through all that. And last one, which is very optional, is what I call the brief search key. It is for web search inside the Claude. That is just an optional thing. If you want it, then it's fine. Yeah. So don't worry, I'll walk you through all of this one. You need the Claude desktop app downloaded onto your operating system. Go to claude.ai/download, and then depending on the operating system that you're using, you download what you need to download. So yeah, those using MacBooks, you have the macOS version for you. Windows, mine is Windows. I just download this one, but I've already got the Claude AI installed on this laptop, so there is no need to download. But this is where you can come and then download it. Then the next thing we need is the Node.js. Nodejs.org. Nodejs.org. Go there, go to downloads. You download the LTS version. Also, this one, depending on your operating system, there are those. There's a version for macOS, Linux, AIX. So whichever operating system that you use you just click on it. Click Windows installer, and then you download it. You install it with the default settings. just do that. So what the Node.js does, it lets Claude run the connection script in your background, and I promise you won't need to touch it once it is installed. So all that you need to do is to just install this Node.js in the background, and then you let Claude do its own thing. Another thing that you will need is to create a Zotero API key. So you go to Zotero.org. Yeah. So once you are at Zotero.org, you log in just as I'm logged in here. Go to the top right corner, click on your username, go to settings, then to security. Yeah, scroll down to applications. You can see create new API key. But one important thing is to take note of your user ID. So it says your user ID for using your API calls. It's very important because you need it for the code. I'll just copy this user ID, go to the MCP code, of which I will share with you in my description. We just replace the Zotero user ID, that one. Yep. Yep. And now we get to create our new API key. Click on create API key, give it a name, MCP key, that will do. MCP key. And you need to make sure that you allow it access to your library. If you want to give it access to your nodes, you can click on this. If you want to give it access to write access, where you write in the Claude desktop, and then it reflects in your Zotero. You also give it assets. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Before group permission, so depending on what you want to do. Yeah. And then so save the key. Now have your key. You can copy the key, and then we insert it into the code that has been pre-written. Yeah, insert it there, and that's it. Yeah. So now we go back into our Claude AI. Go into our Claude AI, and then this is where we try to connect everything. So you open the Claude desktop just as desktop app, just as I have done. You click on the three horizontal bars at the top left corner. Click on this one. You go to File, Settings. In Settings, you scroll down, you see Developer. Click on it. Then you see this Edit Config. When you click on this will open a JSON file. It might be empty or might have some default text. All you need to do is to replace everything inside this config or JSON file with the pre-written code or your MCP code. So I'll click on this. You can see there's the JSON file we are talking about. Open the file. So let's open it with Notepad. Yeah, and then we can clear everything. and replace it with our MCP code. Copy everything. So copy and paste. Yep. So down here we go to file, then we save it. Yep. Once it is saved, you close this, go to your Claude, and then you make sure you close everything entirely. Yeah, so you close the window. Make sure the Claude desktop app is closed entirely. So you go to Task Manager to see if it is running somewhere in the background. Yep, it is running ntax. Yeah. Okay, so now reopen the Claude app. Yeah, we click on these 3 bars, file settings, just to check if the Zotero connector worked. Yeah, so here you can see Zotero. You see Zotero running. This is the command. These are the arguments. Nice one. So let's test it, and I will ask Claude to find a paper from my library. So let's say look across my library, find me there. Okay, find me papers talking about emission levels and emission intensity. Maybe just 2 papers will do. So you test it to see if Claude has access to my Zotero library. So you can see Claude is at work. It's loading to search library. Yeah, instead Claude wants to use get recent from Zotero. Yeah, allow. So we just give him whatever that I need. So yeah, this basically it is giving Claude access to our Zotero. So even though we are chatting in Claude, we've given it a command which will then allow it. Oh, come on, the command I gave is quite complicated. Okay, that's fine. So that's Claude for me. It's found me some papers. So yeah, now that's it. Claude is connected, and here's what you can do with it. I've just done a demo here. So he's saying he found this paper for me in 2021, doing investors care about carbon risks, directly what you refer to. If I use this coupon, blah, blah, blah. And for the second paper, because I said just 2 papers will do, you just also find me this or something in the air Does air pollution affect fund managers' carbon investment? So that's it. We have Claude. You have Zotero in our Claude, if I should put it that way. But it's worth mentioning this limitation. MCP cannot read the actual PDF stored in your Zotero. It can only access the metadata and can fetch open access PDFs from the web, to your, but for your local files that are the actual PDFs in your Zotero Claude, you cannot have access to those PDFs. Just fetch the metadata, then if it is open access, it goes up to the web and gives you the information that is needed. That is the major limitation. So yeah, that's it. This is how to basically connect a Claude to your Zotero, via MCP. So now I have two videos up there, connected via Beaver and also connecting via MCP. Whichever way that you think is best for you, go with it. I just use both. So that's MCP, how to connect a Claude desktop to your Zotero. You first download the Claude desktop app, install your Node.js, get your API, Zotero API key and ID, you edit the configure file, you restart the Claude desktop app, and then you test it just as we've done with our demo here. So now that's it. You can chat with Claude and query your entire reference library without opening Zotero. I've put a full config code in the description. You just copy paste and then paste your Zotero API key and then user ID. If you want AI inside Zotero for reading and annotating PDF, then you should check out my Beaver tutorial video. The link is also can also be found in the description. So subscribe for more research workflows and drop a comment. Are you Team Beaver or Team MCP, or you using both just like me? Let me know.